All right, there we go. Stripes and Coffee back at it for another week. Got Hudale here in Caladay. Got AJ Huday. She is not here with us today. Couldn't make it. So had a little incident with some water in her room, a little bit of flooding. So she's okay. No problems there. But just a little bit of shenanigans going on. So we're rolling with the two of us this morning. So 10 o'clock game. We're recording in the morning, back to our coffee roots, So I know you
Yes,
got your
sir.
move there. Yeah. Nice. So it's always nice kind of sipping on some coffee before these games. So um I guess real quick we can just talk about this Giants game, on prime time. So what how would you feel about that game?
Watching them, I like,
I
I
got two
like.
sets of goggles, like that I'm going to talk about here of looking at this game, but
That's a good way to put it. I like that because the defense
mm,
looked outside of the Kansas City game. That was like the best performance through the week through the season so far,
yeah.
in my opinion. And then obviously the offense, it looked like we was about to really blow them out. Like it's two different ball games. And then we just stalled like literally the rest of the game after that first drive with Burrow. You know,
Yeah.
it was really weird. Like, and the announcers kept saying it's a really weird game too. Cause
It was a really weird game, It felt like a AFC North game, kind of like the way they'd always be those tractor pulls, like you're, you know, 13-15 type games, and it was almost worse than that, I mean, I guess to that late touchdown, but
hmm
um yeah, my rose tinted glasses point of view was that you know, just a day where their defense was on fire. They have been on fire, that defensive line, from what I understand. They've got like the most sacks in the league, and
hmm
actually a pretty good defense. And I didn't really watch any post game analysis of like the back end, but I don't. Some people were saying, I wonder if Joe's not seeing things because he's not throwing. I wonder what the back end defense is doing. So I don't know what was going on there, but it really didn't feel like one of those games where he was slow or off. I think, just the defense had their number, just we don't, it's a team we don't play much, and it's a
Yeah,
one-off game, that I'm thinking for the offense. I don't think we're going to, I think it's just one of those games, their defense got the better of us that day. And sticking with that rose tinted glasses, it's good to see the defense have a solid game. Like you said, best one since really the Kansas City outing. And they were tons of pressure. BJ Hill had a great game. And
yeah,
um, I think Blue was doing a more rotational, like just keep people fresh, pumped in, on the defensive line to, so maybe that was doing some helping them perform better, you know. So
yeah.
um yeah, it was good to see that. So the looking at it from more of a negative view, though, it's just like, eek, this was the Giants. So okay, our defense played great, but maybe they didn't play great because they suck on offense. And yikes, our offense can't, put any points up against them or whatever. And so I guess that would be the negative. But I'm kind of leaning more towards that positive
Off
view.
game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
maybe our defense might jump up and be like that top 20 unit we probably need it to be. We don't need it even to be top half good, but probably get, performing in that top 20 if we can
I
have
agree.
the offense doing what it's doing. The
Yeah,
offensive line's been playing great, which they did in that game, but as a whole, so we know how that unit has been clicking most of the year. So, and if our defense just needs to get an occasional stop, when they need it, they don't have to be necessarily great or whatever, and like 10 sacks a game or that type of crap, but that's
right.
kind of what we're shooting for. So now, second AFC North game, gotta have it, right?
Gotta have it for sure.
We're probably going to have to almost run the table on the rest of the AFC North games, So that'll be run the table on the AFC North and split the Ravens, because they already got us one.
Yeah,
That's a big ask. I mean, maybe we drop that Ravens game, which probably means we don't win the division. Because I think we're still in for the division.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
At worst, go 4-2. At worst
Well,
in
so
the division.
I think before this Giants game, I think we played the Ravens again in 5 games. So if we ran the table those 5 games, the Ravens lose one. I think that puts us at an equal record. Um, so it's the division is not out of the question, and this team I'm not going to write off. Not with Joe Burrow. Not what we've seen him do. It makes you wonder if some of that magic is there, just the way like as badly as this season kind of started compared to other years where that bad start did not last this long, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it also feels like it's right there. Like you change one play, and shoot for like several of those games, you change one play, in each of them. We've talked about this time and time again. We got three more wins. We got a winning record, and we're right where we want to be.
Hmm.
Uh, so Browns playing, we're playing there, right?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland.
So Joe Burrow's not one there. So
Yeah, I've
to
seen
me,
that record.
it feels like it's not a thing, and it shouldn't be a thing. It's just it is a thing because it's happening, and I guess we got to prove it's not a thing and win there so that it's not a thing. But it's like that can't be like a Joe Burrow can't win there. It just got to be just the way it's luck of the dice or something. It just feels like that can't be a thing. But I guess it's a thing until it's not, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
This
um,
one it's gonna have me a little worried just because I just seen they announced that Dorian Thompson Robinson is going to get the start today. So I feel
okay.
like we prepared for Watson all week, but now we just got that news.
Oh man, really? They didn't put Watson out there? So
Nah, not for
I
our
thought they might
game.
bench him after this game, but they're already going at
I
it.
thought they would. Yeah, me too,
I
dude.
thought
I
this
thought
was
they
like
would have
his
waited
last
till after
straw.
this one. Hmm.
He might have played his last NFL game, man. That guy,
I
what
think so
a
too.
woof, how that did not work out.
It's crazy, right?
Who would have thought like, okay, maybe he never got back to the form that he was in, but I would not have thought he was that bad. He's like the worst
Nobody.
quarterback in football, like in almost every major stat I was looking at. So that's just nuts. Um,
Hmm.
so okay, so now we got to tend with unknown quarterback, you know,
And Chubb. And I thought you know that we struggle
Chubb.
with unknown quarterback.
Yep.
I feel like that.
What's that?
I feel like we struggle with unknown, especially running
It's
quarterbacks.
yeah.
Last minute like this.
Yeah, it just feels like yeah, when they're unknown on I don't know. It's like it's the Mike White effect, man. We'll just roll back to that one, man. It's like I just hope we don't get Mike Whited. So
Yep.
um yeah, so we've got that. Like you said, Chubb coming back. Now, game one, how's he going to be? I don't know, but they're going to probably try to lean on him at least a bit, right? I mean,
Exactly.
when you got a new quarterback, you're going to try to give him that run game. So now I think don't they have some injuries on their offensive line? So maybe that won't be, because that's always been a strong fit suit for them. I don't know how
Yep.
they are this year, but they lost Callahan, because he went to go coach with his son.
That's true.
So they don't
Hmm.
have, it's a little bit different there. So I don't know. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully our defense can just have another solid game. So I guess that's all I really need to say about that.
Yeah.
Now, offensively, we know their defense is good. And Denzel Ward and Miles Garrett, have had their way with this Bengals offense, right? So
Yes.
we're
Every
going to have
game.
to overcome that. So I think we can't because we've got a very complimentary running game and a much, much better offensive line. So give Joe time to cook, he'll probably cook. And the when we've struggled in these games in the past, it seems like our line was getting work. Miles Murphy was just like picking up guys and throwing them like rag dolls out of the way and decapitating Joe. So
Hmm.
uh if we can at least not let him destroy the game, he's going to get his to a degree. He'll probably get a couple sacks or something, but that's just the biggest thing. Just overcome that losing in Cleveland thing, and that defense just, wrecking the game. Then
Facts.
yeah, so I don't really see any other path for them to even win it, if their defense doesn't kind of carry them. But of course, like we just said, the damn unknown quarterback effect.
Scares us every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So yeah, but I'm with you, man. That's just I don't know. How could this be a thing? How can like not winning in Cleveland be a thing?
I know exactly. I don't get it. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
and
a
Joe's not good at beating this team, period, let alone like he's never won there. And like we've won some like at home, but yeah, it's just super duper weird.
It's a weird stat, man.
Mhm.
It's a weird stat.
No, like
We
we said,
should win though. We should win
yeah,
though.
I'm pretty confident we're going to win, but it's still kind of that, let's just see it happen, you know,
Hmm.
let those factors that, got us kind of biting our nails not come to pass, So, um, now looking forward, they've said the way it's played out, like how we're like, oh, the earlier part of, you know, earlier season is the easier part of our schedule. Look at these teams we're playing. We got Kansas City, that's the only tough game until we play the Ravens. And then, of course, the Ravens. But it looks like maybe, the Commanders look pretty good. So,
Yes.
and the Patriots are tough, although they're not winning or whatever. But, that was just our weird week one start. And then the other games were just barely losing. So the from here on out, though, we got like the third easiest schedule. So though that was supposed to be tougher, but some of those teams in there aren't maybe playing the way they thought they would be. So we got a bunch of wins to be had in there if they can go get business done. So if that's the case, I just want to see us get back in this thing. And, I mean, if we make the playoffs, do you think Joe Burrow is more highly in the conversation for MVP? Because I've
I
heard
think
some
so.
people talking that, it's just like being one of the best quarterbacks in football, stat wise at least, they just don't got the wins. And if you don't got at least wins, like making the playoffs or something, you're probably not going to get it.
Hmm.
You got to have the wins to back it up because to be valuable, you got to, the value is wins, right? So, but if
Right.
they got him into the playoffs, if he gets him into the playoffs, I really think he could be in that conversation, assuming he keeps this up. So,
Yeah, I agree.
shoot, man, I think we've ranted about everything I can kind of think of, and I kind of had to say, man.
Yeah, I think we hit everything. We just gotta wait and see on this Cleveland game. It's gonna be a
Mhm.
lot of questions. But we just carry the momentum from the last few weeks, we good. Because the offense been scoring 30 prior to the Giants game 3 weeks in a row. And like we said, the defense just showed up in the last game. So if we
Mhm.
all like if this that moment to come together, you know?
Yeah, yeah, have it all come together, and that, and like we said, the defense isn't even going to necessarily be dominant. They just have to be, hold it down, and bend don't break, and makes a few key stops, when needed. We know we got the guys that can do that. It's um a little weaker on that defensive line, like we said, because of losing Reader, but
Losing
one
reading.
thing to
Yeah.
consider, it is a young defense, man. They went with a lot of rooks, you know,
I agree. Yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
talking about that beginning of the year. It's like we went with a lot of youth, man. Like some people made the team, over some slightly more veteran people. So, maybe that bit us a little bit just being young, and kind of coming together. So I guess we'll
Mhm.
see, as the season moves on, if they can get and keep that consistency. But yeah, I feel we got this game. I'm not gonna be biting all my nails, just maybe a couple of them.
Let's hope for a party game then. Fifth grade.
Let's hope for a party game, man. We probably need that, man. We need a party game. We don't need an ugly game. We don't need a close game or a nail biter game. We just need a party game, man. Or at
Yes.
least like win in a way where like it's like even the Panthers game, even though that game never felt in doubt, they did enough to keep it interesting to make you go, I don't know. I don't want that even that, like a true party game where it just stays like 2+ scores, and just oh yeah, there's
For
you
sure.
know, and we can just sit back and relax and enjoy our coffee and enjoy our game.
Man, man, we need one for sure.
For sure. All right. Oh, do you got a Money Mac jersey there? Is that
Oh
what I
yeah, I got him. Yeah, I got him over here, just chilling in the
Nice.
cut.
There you go. Give him some juice today, man. So get
Yeah,
a 60-footer or something. That's coming one day.
yeah, absolutely, for
That's
sure.
coming one day. We'll see that. He's got the leg for it, man. Those 57 yarders he's made, 58 or whatever. Did he end up making a 58? Seem
I
because he
know
broke that
58.
record, the Bengals record with that 57, I think last year or the year before, whenever that
Mm,
was. It seems like he might have made a 58, so to break that, not sure.
with with room to go. Yeah, he can get
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bitch too.
It's like every time there's plenty of leg when he makes those.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I think we are out of here. So stripes and coffee. We're gonna go. What time is it? Are we getting close to game time? Uh,
9:16 right now.
all right, all right. We got some good pregame stuff kind of going on. So give me a chance to get this up and live, man. So
Always,
Josh, great talking to you, man.
always.
Yep, yep. This is fun. So stripes and coffee. We're out of here.
Who day?
Hoo day.